ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिते नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पार्षदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा. So we are reading, okay, from here to read, in Padma Purana from here. Yes, the Padma Purana from here you can read. Would you like to read, Robert?
From where?
From Padma Purana.
The Padma Purana.
Yeah.
Also, the same process is advised. There it is said that one should always remember Lord Vishnu. This is called dhyana or meditation, always remembering Krishna. It is said that one has to meditate with his mind fixed upon Vishnu. Padma Purana recommends that one always fix his mind on the form of Vishnu by meditation and not forget him at any moment. And this state of consciousness is called samadhi or trance.
Yes. So this is the golden rule of bhakti. That means always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. That's what it is said. So one should always fix his mind on Krishna and not forget him any moment. That is the essence of all instructions. Some other we should remember the Lord. We should not forget the Lord. Somebody may say the same thing only. No, always remember Krishna is like possibly engaging in devotional service, and not forgetting Krishna means avoid those things which are detrimental for our Krishna consciousness. That's why don't forget, because if we get into those things, then we forget the Lord. That's why you have to be conscious of both the things. And this state of consciousness is called samadhi or trance. Go ahead further, Robert.
We should always try to mold the activities of our lives in such a way that we will constantly remember Vishnu or Krishna, that is Krishna consciousness. Whether one concentrates his mind on the four-handed form of Vishnu or on the form of two-handed Krishna, it is the same. The Padma Purana recommends somehow or other always think of Vishnu without forgetting him under any circumstances. Actually, this is the most basic of all regulative principles, for when there is an order from a superior about doing something, there is simultaneously a prohibition. When the order is that one should always remember Krishna, the prohibition is that one should never forget him. Within this simple order and prohibition, all regulative principles are found complete.
We constantly remember Krishna, this Krishna only. Yeah, so some of the other always think of Krishna. Yena kena prakarana mana Krishna niveshayat. That's the rule. Some of the other always invest your mind and consciousness on Krishna. Yes. So when you get any kind of prescription from a doctor, then he also tells you certain kind of don'ts also. The do's and don'ts, both we are having, right? Do's are for remembering Krishna and don'ts are for not forgetting. Like that. Both are important. But it has people want just some kind of mantra and become God or become elevated in spiritual life. But they don't want to follow any don'ts. So that's how people want. Then they get something cheap. Those people who give them no don'ts, just give them some mantra saying they just do anything what you want. You eat meat, anything you want you can do. And just do this yoga, do this, chant this mantra, you'll become awakened. There's sometimes cheap people like that. So when you are actually not genuine in your seeking absolute truth, and because you want just some kind of name of that I am also a spiritual seeker and I'm also a spiritualist, and you don't want to pay the price of don'ts. So that's not being genuine. Right? So people want some kind of stamp that I'm also spiritualist or I'm also religious. I'm also religious and things like that. But in the name of that, they're simply wanting to have freedom of being anything. So that's not genuine. Yeah, go ahead. The regulatory circuitry principles. Robert, you can put your video also on.
This regulative principle,
Yeah.
or which one? Yeah, this regulative principle is applicable to all varnas and ashramas. The castes and occupations of life. There are four varnas, namely the brahmanas, priests and intellectuals, the kshatriyas, warriors and statesmen, the vaisyas, businessmen and farmers, and the sudras, laborers and servants. There are also four standard asramas, namely brahmacharya, student life, grastha, householder, vanaprastha, retired, and sannyasa, renounced. The regulative principles are not only for the brahmacharis, celibate students to follow,
Brahmacharis.
brahmacharis, celibate students to follow, but are applicable for all. It doesn't matter whether one is a beginner, a brahmachari, or is very advanced, a sannyasi. The principle of remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead constantly and not forgetting him at any moment is meant to be followed by everyone without fail.
So all the Varna and Ashrama, that means all the divisions. See, this caste division is not the kind of birthright, so there is a called caste system, which is kind of perverted version of the Varnashrama originally. So Varnashrama is a bona fide thing. It is not based on birth. It is based on one's activities and one's psychophysical nature. It's called Varna. And Ashrama also is based on psychological nature. Somebody can be Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanapasa, Sannyas. Brahmacharis are those who live in the ashram of Guru and they cultivate Krishna consciousness, spiritual life. And they live in a very simple way. Right? And Grihastha is those who want, they can graduate to Grihastha ashram. But some people remain Brahmachari also out of their life. And some those grihasthas who become very matured eventually in spiritual realization, then they may take sannyas, vanapastha and then sannyas, or brahmacharis also can directly take sannyas, like that. So, and then there is a vanapastha ashrama and then there is sannyas ashrama. So like that there are different ashramas. But the essence of all the ashramas is that one actually cultivates spiritual life. It's called ashrama. Ashrama means where you take ashray. Ashray means off. Ashram is shelter. Whose shelter? The Supreme Lord shelter. So the whole ashrama is actually meant for taking shelter of the Supreme Lord. So that's why somebody who gets married also, it's not that it's a license for just gratification, enjoy life, whimsically. No, it's actually a place of spiritual cultivation. That's why they say in between couple, they should be having divine couple. That is Radha Krishna. They should be serving Radha Krishna together. That is more important. And for those who are not, they remain brahmachari. So these people, they just serve the Lord, serve the Guru whole life. So they are having direct Krishna conscious, engagements, whatever Guru orders them, they just follow that. So yeah, you want to read further, Robert?
Oh, actually, I have to run to catch the bus, the train.
Where are
But
you?
I'm at my office.
You work so late?
Yeah, just trying to squeeze in
You're more,
some.
you work harder than even Sayam also.
Yeah, but I need to also rest, I guess.
Why you work so much? Like what time you came to work?
Um, maybe I've been here like 5 hours, but
Oh, it's 5 hours. Oh, okay.
yeah, well, it's the weekend, so most people are not here, but I'm trying to just get everything done. But
You also like Sayam, who doesn't remember, he just stays in office sometimes 2-3 days.
oh
Forgets to
wow.
eat, forgets to sleep. Correct, Sayam? You're also like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, some
Oh,
days,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's important to remember this. I think I remembered I need to rest and.
And why you're not coming to a temple, Robert, at all? Why?
Well, I've been working a lot, but I will try to come to the temple also and
And you
to
don't lift
study.
my, and you're not lifting my mobile. You're busy so much.
Just trying to be successful, but I guess success
Your
success
success,
is
the real success is when you become Krishna conscious. That's the real success.
Yeah.
If you get money, you
it's
get
true.
everything, that only world will clap for some time and they will be busy trying to get their own success. But if you become successful in Krishna consciousness, then that actually is true inspiration for all, and it's truly fulfilling to you also. That is something real which goes along with you. For details, you can ask Sayam Prabhu, he knows. Okay. So, okay, Sayam Prabhu, you can read. Robert, but you keep the video on so that I make sure that you're hearing. Yeah, Sayam, you can read.
Yes. Do I read from these different orders?
Yeah.
These different orders of society and grades of spiritual advancement are conceived in terms of qualification. It is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita that the four social orders and the four spiritual orders are created by the Lord Himself in terms of different individual qualities. As the different parts of the body have different types of activities, so the social orders and spiritual orders also have different types of activities in terms of qualification and position. The target of these activities, however, is always the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, He is the Supreme Enjoyer. So, whether one is Brahmana or Sudra, one has to satisfy the Supreme Lord by one's activities. This is also confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam by a verse which reads, "Everyone must be engaged in his particular duty, but the perfection of such work should be tested by how far the Lord is satisfied with such activities." The injunction herein is that one has to act according to his position, and by such activities, one must either satisfy the Supreme Personality or else fall down from one's position.
So Krishna also says in Gita, it is in 4th chapter, Chaturvarnya Maya System, Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. That's what I was saying, that based on birth and activities, Guna Karma, the classification is there. And it's created with the Lord only. That's why sometimes Prabhupada, when he talked about Varnashrama, then people opposed. They said, no. Why should we divide the society? Everybody is same. Well, everybody is not same. Prabhupada would say, when you go to a bunch of, you see in any society, any company, there are always people who are, intelligent class. They'll be like planning and studying and having wise people. And there are people who are like administrators. They will manage. They can control and manage and set the standards, things like that. So there are people like Kshatriya type, and there are people who are good in like trading and kind of business. They have natural taste for it. So, but the wise people, the Brahminical intelligent class, they may not have that sense of accounting so much, business and all so much. And Kshatriya people may not, do the Brahminical job sometimes so much, or they may not do Vaishya job. And Shudras are like people who are very good assistant. They can assist very good, but they may not take any lead in teaching, teaching scriptures or reading scriptures and doing all that. Intelligent class, they may not having that thing, and they may not even be good administrators, and they may not be so good at business. But they're good at assisting, and they can be good assistants. So you'll always find in any society, there are some workers, there are administrators, there are some teachers and educators, and there are also some business people. Correct? In anywhere you go, any country you go, any state you go, everywhere. So the natural division is there anyway. Even if you deny caste system, the natural division is there. So this division is actually created by Krishna only. Krishna has created different individual differently. So there are always these four kinds of people. But it is not based on birth. It is based on guna and karma, based on the qualities what they have naturally inherited from birth, and also their activities. And it is not that so by birth everybody is having all the necessary. I mean, one has to also get training. Basically, what I'm trying to say, it is not that somebody had just got birth in a Brahmin family and he has to become Brahmana only. No, irrespective of whatever birth he has got, if he gets the training properly and he is having that psychological nature, then he can become a Brahmana or Kshatriya or Vaishya or like that. So, and in Gurukula, they would see the child's tendency, what way he could be trained better as a Brahmana or Kshatriya versus Shudra. So that way, Shudra, of course, they will not get training, but they would, Vaishya and Kshatriya and Brahmana would get. So Shudras are the people who would run away from Gurukula, they will not stay. Not that they are bad or something, but they had that nature. So for them, they will be good assistant. They also had some qualities, not like they were all bad fellows. No, they were also in quality, but they'll be good assistant. So anybody can be a devotee. Brahman can be devotee, Shudra can be devotee, Vaishya can be devotee, and Kshatriya can be devotee. There is nobody who cannot be devotee like that. In modern society, Prabhupada also told that everybody is taking the role of a Shudra only, because working for a company, getting money, the only Shudra would accept money. So even the so-called engineer also is a kind of labor only in company. You may say, no, bro, how can you say like that? It's not like that. No, but Shudra means they would assist and accept money. So what generally our jobs in this world also people are doing is basically they're assisting something. Some kind of assistant only, they're doing some kind of mechanical work. So only thing is, instead of working in some field or digging something, they're doing it in computer. It's more of like and they are accepting salary. So they see Vaishya would not accept salary. For business they get profit. Kshatriya for taxes and everything they have something. So Brahma would live on charity. Only Shudra would accept salary. So modern society, because of lack of training, even all the people, whether they have potential to be Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, everybody is just engaged like a Shudra only, in that sense. This is modern plight of the current society. Modern plight. So the different parts of the body have different types of activities. So social order and spiritual order also have different types of activities in terms of qualification and position. See, guna and karma, qualities and position. The target of these activities, however, is always the Supreme Personality Godhead. As confirmed the Veda, he is the Supreme Enjoyer. So whether one is a Brahmana or a Shudra, one has to satisfy the Supreme Lord by his one's activities. This also confirms Srimad Bhagavatam. By a verse which reads, everyone must be engaged in his particular duty. But the perfection of such work should be tested by how far the Lord is satisfied with such activities. So no matter what you are, but ultimately the goal of all your doing different activities is that how much you have pleased the Supreme Lord. The goal of all these duties are that one should please the Supreme Lord. So everyone must be engaged in this particular duty, but the perfection of such work should be tested by how far the Lord is satisfied with such activities. The injunction here is that one has to act according to his position, and by such activities one must either satisfy the Supreme Lord or it falls down from one's position. So everybody has to think of pleasing the Supreme Lord. Right now. So I think I'll pause here for the time. Anybody has any comment? So, Prabhu, you want to have any reflection or comment?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did it mention, is it possible to switch roles after being born?
After the Kshatriya, Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. Like Vishwamitra Muni was Kshatriya, but he became Brahma Rishi later. So it depends upon training and the person's psychophysical nature. It depends. Yeah. Sometimes people may have certain strong nature and that remains for them. They may not. Some people sometimes in one life only they may sometimes they can have some nature change. But generally, nature change is not so easy. But there is some kind of nature. But training is important too. So Prabhupada said, if somebody is trained, they can be good Brahmanas also. They should have some inclination, but training is important. Like if there is good training for being doctor, many may become doctor. But training is not there, then how will you Mhm. So in Gurukula also, they'll be given the training, and those who are able to, then they take Brahmana. Not Kshatriya. So nobody, then they would run away, they'd be Shudra. In school also you find the people who are very good in studying, teaching, they will the people like, they're the really people who are really seriously doing education and teaching others. And there's some people who simply want to, kind of doing extracurricular activities. In terms like they're more in managing, coordinating, curricular activity, many things you can say, they can monitor, so many things like that. So they will be the people like, Kshatriya type. And there are Vaishya type people. These are people who, I don't know, like one fellow in our, some students in our school would, they would, because they would they'll give the notes and say that I need some money for this. I can give you my notes. I don't know, but there are people who are in school, they may not get much opportunity, but there are people who are very quick business minded. They can, like if there are some fairs or something like that, they will get good ideas how to sell the, and good price and many things. They get ideas. There is some exhibition fair, they can do that. And there are people who are they're good assistant. They don't like.
But
They don't
Prabhuji,
like only, they
how
don't
can
like
we
only,
change?
they don't like only studies. They will be people who will never, but they are still put in the schools. Correct? And there are the people who will always be bunking the class, being the, all that, so many things. They're like Shudras. They don't want education. Yes, what you're saying, Madhuri?
I just want to say that in this society, how can you change your caste, and that you cannot become, if you are a Shudra, you cannot become a Brahmana.
In which society?
Today's society.
No, the caste system is bogus. There is no point of caste system.
But we follow that caste system.
No. We don't take it that seriously. Like in ISKCON, we don't consider only the caste of anyone. No matter which caste you are from, you're allowed. Well, so many Westerners, what is their caste? Many of them is meat eaters. So it is lower than Shudras also in that sense. We see from the background perspective. But now some of them have become great Vaishnavas, and many of them, and some of them are gurus. They are not Brahmanas. They're like ahead of them, Vaishnavas. So yeah, that caste system, we don't worry about it. That is the rubber stamp caste. Yadav, मिश्रा है और खान दौड़ है मुर्गी काय का मिश्रा. So many Brahmana students in the US are eating meat, and they're having girlfriend. These are Shudra type job. Shudra also will not be like that. Shudra also have some decency. It's not like Shudra are like freely mixing with women and all that. They don't do that. Shudra also have some decency. So people have become less than Shudra in current life. Nobody is even Shudra also properly. Shudra has one great quality of loyalty. They stick to one master. But people are not even loyal also. So much of cheating, lying. So the modern society is, Prabhupada says it's not, it's a demon crazy, democracy, demon crazy. So everybody is fine demoniac mentality. No, I mean, we don't have to see people like that always. We have to know that people are not having training. That's why they're like that. They don't know the standards. That's how they are become this way. But if they are trained, they still have potential to be good Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So that's why ISKCON is trying to have Varnashrama college. And ISKCON we give training so that people can find their in a way. There are many ISKCON farms coming also, farm community there. Grihasthas can be engaged as per their psychological nature, what they find it most suitable for their engagement. Basically, it's just for engagement. If you are engaged according to your psychological nature, you will be happy, you're peaceful, and then you can focus on devotional service. Yeah. But if suppose somebody is Shudra, he doesn't want to be in school, and you put him, throw him in the school, this fellow will never study. Have you seen how many people have seen like there are the fellows like that in school? In our class, there are some fellows who never wanted to study, but they are tolerating. How many you observed like that? I saw them. You saw same bro?
Yeah, the students who don't want to study but still get good marks.
No. They never wanted to study, but because of their parents, they're there somehow. And they bang, they will do mischief. They will not be wanting to study only. They're somehow hanging around. They never like studies. How many you observed like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know like that. Many were there in our so at least some were there. And some were very good studies, they get study before only they prepare and all that. They're like, more that kind of. So you'll always find this, people who have certain inclination. So those people have, like there was one boy, he was Satyakam. So he came to Gurukul, and Guru asked him, "What's your name?" He said, "Satyakam." "Who is your father?" He told, "I don't know. My mother." She was a guy asked me for mother. So mother said, "I don't know." No, because she was having a profession of some kind of, prostitute kind of something. So she said that I have contact many men. She's got contact. So I don't know who is your father. Then he went and told directly like this. My mother said, "No, but I don't know who is my father." And then he said, "You are a Brahmana because you are truthful." So he has a tendency to speak truth. They told we can be trained as a Brahmana. And then immediately, accepted him. You see that. So one can be trained based on his initial information. You got no, Madhuri?
Yes.
Yeah, in current society, that is not much. Everybody is same kind of, there they have potential differently, but somehow they are engaged like that. There is no proper system. That's why the whole system is not right. There has to be proper varnashram system where Gurukul system was there in India. This is not there. That's why modern society is everybody suffers also. Those who are job, their job also are suffering, and there's no proper engagement as per psychology. Actually. Okay, let us pause here. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Gaurav ki Jai, Jai Gaurav Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, same bro. So when we can have next session, same bro?
I have a very